Live on Florida Home Deals Radio Show, your weekly real estate tip with host Myra Eagle of eXp Realty and special guest David Young of Cardinal Financial.
I'll take it.
Happy Friday. See my new bling? I finally got a name tag.
Nice.
At the board, they say, you don't need a name tag. Everybody knows you. I'm like, oops.
I don't even know where my name tag is. It's around here someplace. I never use it anymore.
Me neither. I hate name tags. You know me. I got my shirt with the embroidered logo and my name on this. That's my name now. So we're going to talk about identity theft because it is how many days? 50 days until Christmas. People, you've got to be careful with your credit cards, your checkbook, all your personal information. We got some major thieves out there stealing your identity, right, Dave?
Huge time of the year for identity theft. And so many people, it's shocking how many people like click like those online ads too that come up when you're shopping. In fact, I flagged one the other day that was like, refi now, 30-year fix at 0.99% interest rate, and like a little silhouette dancing or whatever. And I was like, yeah, that's fraud. Click, because what'll happen is you clickbait that, and then the identity theft people start coming after you quick because it's too good to be true, you know.
Put in your credit card info for this free iPhone you just won. Don't fall for it, peeps.
Yeah, and not only that, but even if you, a lot of people don't know this, if you click stuff on like the social media things like Facebook or whatever, that like little clickbait, you guys know what I'm talking about when I say clickbait, like stuff that is just way outlandish, too good to be true, right? You click that and they can automatically pull in a lot of your Facebook information, depending on what your security settings are, right? And they don't need much to be able to steal your identity. Did you know that if they have your first name, last name, and physical address, that's all they need to steal your identity?
Or come to your house, knock on your door, and what else could they do to you?
Yeah.
I don't know. 33% of the U.S. has experienced identity theft. And identity theft was named back in 1964. It started way back then. I didn't know that.
Didn't you see the movie Catch Me If You Can with Leonardo DiCaprio?
I love that movie. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Was that a true story?
Yeah, it's based on a true story. Fred something. He ended up working for the FBI.
After he was in prison for he was in prison for a while too, and then came back out and started it all up again.
Yeah, he ended up working for the FBI to catch people like him.
Okay.
He had a legitimate job. Yeah. But it's alive and well. And keep in mind, people use your identity not just to like get credit cards and such, which is the most common form of identity theft. Right. But right now, with the amount of illegal immigrants that we have, there's a lot of identity theft. And I'm not saying anything about illegal immigrants. So those of you just jumped up on a soapbox, it's taking the back down, right? I'm just saying that, you know, for them to get, because we see it on our side when we pull people's credit, somebody will steal your identity so that they can get a job. They'll use your social. So, you know, Myra Eagle might start up a job in like Wisconsin, and you're like, wait a minute, I've never been to Wisconsin. You get audited by the IRS, and we've had this happen before. You get audited, and you've got income from a source in a state that you've never even visited, and they start digging into it, and it turns out somebody had stolen your identity so that they could get a real job and not have to work under the table or for cash or whatever. And that's a big thing right now. Because think of how many people are flowing over our borders at the moment. And whatever your stance is on that, that's fine. I'm not saying that. I'm saying protect your identity even more from those people.
Right. Yeah, that's kind of hard. So what we need to do, we have identity theft protection services. Google that. There's a load of services out there that will help you, of course, for a fee. But audit your bank statements carefully and your credit card statements carefully. Look at things. Did you really spend the money there? And do not carry your social security number on your person,
Oh,
in your
no.
wallet, in your purse, in your car. Not at all. Don't carry your social security number at all with you. That's a few good tips. What do you got, Dave?
Yeah, so a couple of things. So I don't have my phone on me right now, but I've got one of those little sleeves on the back, and I
Uh-huh.
literally only carry two things on it: my ID and one credit card.
Yep.
Right, and that way I'm more secure. There isn't a wallet for me to accidentally drop, and if I do drop my phone, I can just ping it. You know what I'm saying? Or somebody can call it for me. And I can find it immediately. Right. So
Right.
my ID is tied to that at all points in time. I also, and of course, we don't get any credit for recommending software services, but I like Mint a lot, and I have things set up on there. And just because I'm a finance guy, right? I've been in mortgages forever. I did, personal finance before this. So I'm a little quirky when it comes to the numbers, but I love going through every line item, like you just said, Myra. And I like how Mint pulls it all into one place. So if you have Bank of America, Chase, Wells Fargo, Bob's Bank, or whatever, it'll all pull it into one system. Of course, they spam the heck out of you, so I unsubscribe to everything, right? But it's a good free service that you can see all of your stuff consolidated into one, all of your expenses, all of your income. I like it all in one place because just the other day I found out my little girl, she's only 15 years old, right? Um, I'm like, hey, why did you sign up for Netflix? And she's like, I didn't sign up for Netflix.
Uh-oh.
Somebody stole her debit card, and she's in a minor account, so I don't even know how they would have gotten a hold of that. And they just signed up for Netflix. An easy thing to miss unless you've got everything consolidated. Because why would I look at her accounts? I never
Right.
look at her accounts. So I highly recommend using a software system. There's a ton of them out there, but the free one, because I'm cheap, right? I want to try to save you all money, is
Uh-huh.
Mint. You can tie all of your accounts to it, and it sends me alerts for wonky things, right? And you can turn off. I recommend turning off all the other settings. Don't apply for other credit cards. Pay off all
No.
of your debt.
Carry only one credit card. Don't carry 20 of them because if your wallet's stolen or you lose your purse, and do not leave your purse in the shopping cart, ladies. Please. Put it over your shoulder or at least buckle it in like you buckle your kids. But how are you going to remember who to call with all those credit cards and what their number is and what the account credit card number was? Only carry one credit card and one ID. And that
Yep.
way you know, and keep a copy of that, write that down somewhere, that number, that phone number that you call if it's lost or stolen. So if you lose
Yes.
it, you call
Save
right
it in your
away,
cell phone.
freeze that. You can freeze your accounts so
Mhm.
nobody else can pick up your credit card and charge $3,000 for a brand new TV for Christmas.
Yeah, I had somebody in South America steal my card somehow. A debit card that I've never even used. You know, the banks will send you those debit cards,
Yep.
and I chopped it up, threw it away, and a couple years later, all of a sudden, somebody in South America was buying all sorts of craziness, and I'm
With
like,
your debit
yeah,
card.
yeah, I'm like the furthest I've ever been on the States is a cruise to the Caribbean. I've never been to South America. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah, they had bought all sorts of stuff. I mean, thankfully, I got the money back, but I never can get that time back. All that time spent. So, guys, even if you're like, it's not that big of a deal, I'll call my credit card company. No, it's not. That's a lot of time spent tracking them down. Sometimes you got to fill out police reports. Sometimes you got to do all these different things to get your money
Yes.
back. It's
Yep.
super time consuming and frustrating. So,
Write every creditor in writing, contact every creditor by phone, file the police report, send a copy of the police report to all agencies involved. Yeah. And then you change all your usernames and passwords. Oh, don't forget to check with the United States Postal Service to see if your address has been changed by chance.
yeah, that's true.
That's another good one.
And always protect your mail, guys, and gals, right? Because um, somebody can come along, steal your mail, and steal your identity like this, right?
Yep.
And so I like having. I know I'm silly, right? But I have like the little Ring doorbell thing. It's cheap. I don't pay the $10 a month. I just do the freebie service because once again I'm cheap, right? And you can get the last year's model for super cheap now because they came out with a new one, so they're clearancing out all the old ones. I can't tell the difference between the two of them, right? So I like having something like that. I can, from the camera, I can see my front door, my mailbox, and my driveway.
Right.
You know,
Yep.
and it's nice. It's got a nice wide angle. I'm sure other camera companies do the same thing, but it's wireless, so it just makes it easy. And I can pull that up on my phone too. So if somebody weird is out at my mailbox, you would literally talk to them through your little camera. Be like, "Hey, who are you?" Yeah. And 9 times out of 10, it's one of the friends or kids or something, right? And or the Amazon guy, thanks for dropping off the package. Can you put it behind the little thing so nobody takes it, right? So you can talk to them through the camera, which is also pretty cool. So anyways, I digress. There's so many little things you can do that cost you little to no money to protect your identity.
Yeah, and it's not going to happen to me. Sorry, people. 2 weeks ago, there was a pickup truck notified by neighbors.com that he's going around going through everybody's mailboxes.
Oh my gosh.
So you're getting gift cards this Christmas and mailing them out. They may not get to your family and friends.
Wow. What is this world coming to?
I know. Desperate people, desperate measures. Just be careful what you do. Don't send out gift cards. If you can send online money to them somehow, send a personal check. It's harder for people to cash. They check that card. They check that Christmas card that you sent. They feel that gift card in there. It's not getting to your friend's mailbox.
Yeah, I have heard that the gift cards have been disappearing. Besides, I'm old fashioned. I like to check.
There you go. Use a check. How else can you get funds to your family for the holidays?
That's a good question. I personally am a fan favorite of old school checks just because they've had decades of security protocols put around those.
Right.
Anything like new age, like the new gizmos and gadgets and stuff, they don't have. I don't feel personally like they have as much security because they're new, they're out, and I think that's an easier target. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So, hey, you got somebody's Facebook thing that popped up.
Hey, Ebony McNichols is sending us a little money.
Ebony.
It looks like in her hand.
I didn't even know you could do that. That's pretty cool.
Somebody's chatting with us. Thank you, everybody, for supporting us, watching us throughout the years. And hopefully we're getting some great information to you. Next week is going to be real estate fraud alert. There is so much fraud going on in the real estate business. Buyers and sellers have to beware because, I always say it's not a done deal until buyers get the keys, sellers get the check, right? And it can happen before closing. So.
And I got a really cool story for you too, so I think you guys will like it.
You got a next story next week?
Oh yeah, I've seen it firsthand.
All right. Well, everybody, I hope if you have any questions about identity theft, where to turn, you can give one of us a call. We'll guide you through it, but just be careful. That's all we ask. Be careful this year, this season, throughout the new year even. Just be careful with your money if it's important to you.
Yes.
All right. Have a great weekend, David. Thank you so much for showing up, everybody.
Yeah, have a great weekend, everybody.